Okay, so with all of the panic with this virus that pisses me off, I have to come out and get stuff. And so I'm showing you some of the shelves here. So this is where the wet wipes are. I'm at the corner of Don Mills and Eglinton. And you can see they're getting low on stock. So let's go see the next shelf. And it looks like people are also trying to take precautions on getting flu medicine. Some of the shelves are empty here on that. And prices are jumping up because normally I get these for under $3. This is the Kleenex and toilet paper aisle. Look at this. Our stock is completely empty. There's nothing on the shelves. Nothing. It looks like people are grabbing Gatorade for hydration. The shelves are getting very low here. And I'm actually going to grab some of that peace tea. People want to make sure that they have the munchies. All the cookies are going. And flour is starting to go down too. And some power bars are starting to dwindle too. And certain soups are going. Noodle soups, so they're going. So they're starting to dwindle. And Lay's potato chips are going. And the pizzas, they're starting to go too. So we have milk and creams. Look at the shelves here. And eggs and cheeses. So I'll grab a light cream. Unfortunately, we can't freeze cream, but I gotta have cream for my things. So actually, I'll get some of that powder stuff just in case. Hey, Miss Manager, how are ya? Going to a few others. I'm actually assessing this to see what's going on, right? Because a lot of people are like saying there's nothing available, and I want to make sure that people know that there's stuff coming in.
But it's coming in, but don't forget, lots of people overbuying stuff.
Well, the thing is that they're telling people to stay in. Then they're going to say I have to stock up. And then all of a sudden now we've got the kids out of school. Well, good luck. Thank you for the tip. I don't want to be driving it. So what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to use these hand sanitizers so I can wipe things down, wipe my hands down, wipe things down when I go in. Just those precautions, because I noticed that they don't have any hand sanitizers at all to be able to do that. So if I'm going to use a buggy or something like that, I'll wipe it down, and then when I come in my car, I'll wipe my hands down, and I'll carry this one in my purse. So as you heard, there is stock coming on. However, I am going to go over to Food Basics because I want to get some things anyways, and we'll just see how the shelves are there. So stay tuned. And this is my little tiny cat that waves in the sun, that brings good fortune. And maybe I'll stop off at Timmy's and get an ice cap for this beautiful day. Talking to a wonderful man so we've been chit-chatting away, and I just asked him a question in how it's affecting his work. So maybe you can explain what they've done with you at work.
Well, I work for I guess protection or safety or whatever protocol. They've given us fantastic disinfectant cleaner which to spray down the steering wheel and the inside of the truck every day after we finish work.
Okay.
Right,
and is it like in a bottle, or is
it's
it
in
specific?
a spray bottle, yeah.
Okay.
Spray bottle.
So,
yeah.
Right. Okay. So.
I have other stuff. The first day I did the mats for everything, all the whole interior. It's the only thing I didn't do is the windows. You know,
okay,
I do the windows next time. I keep my truck relatively clean anyways.
Right.
Compared to a lot of other guys, you know.
So they're making you do these precautions when you're finished your day shift.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're out there and about in the public, what are
Yeah,
you doing
What am
for
I doing for
precautions?
precaution?
Yeah.
It's in the wind then, you know what I mean? I
Okay.
go into some seniors retirement places.
Right.
And all over, you know what I mean? But I'm
Right.
not really, I usually mainly deal with one person who receives whatever I'm delivering, right? So
Right.
that's a good thing about it.
Well,
I'm not amongst a bunch of people, but I've noticed that, you know, it's weird. It seems like in some seniors homes, which might be a happening.
Well,
Like,
the seniors are going to be more receptive to
They're not, they're not allowed out. They're
bronchial.
keeping them in.
Well,
Keeping them in.
that is natural because my mom was in a home and respiratory problems
And what
were
about
always
retirement
happening.
home? You're
The
paying
same
for-
thing,
yeah.
right?
Well, one guy was complaining. He said he felt like he was in jail. He says, "Oh, so he says if I need to get cat food for my cat, right?" And the lady, the nurse was there because the nurse approached me as I pulled up, and she says, "It was funny, right? This just happened the other day." So now she says, she asked me all the information. You know, have I been anywhere? Blah 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 blah. And I said, "No, I haven't been. I finished." Before she even asked me, I told her, "No, I haven't been anywhere at all whatsoever." You know what I mean? I don't have no fever, no nothing. So you know, so boom, she left. So then I asked to use the bathroom, and there she is around the other side because I went around the back side to do the delivery, right? And this guy's saying, "Well, I have a cat. Can I go get some cat food for my cat?" "Sure you can." "Well, can I get a coffee?" "Oh, no, but I can't get a coffee." he says, so I'm
No
in,
coffee?
He says, I'm in jail. You know, everybody loves their Tim Hortons, right?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, of
that's our
course.
thing, right? So that's what happened with him. Right? He
Yeah.
was upset.
But the thing
Oh
is
my God,
that
but
in
they're trying to avoid it from spread. The lady nurse explained to him how you go out there and somebody's infected and you bring it back and cause a big epidemic within the community, right?
Yeah,
So,
well, the thing is that they are using these precautions because they don't want people doing is they're keeping everybody locked in, and that's not a bad thing. But you know, so there's no problem in the produce section at all at this time, or the fruits and vegetables and food basics. But the meat section is empty, completely empty. So what we've got over here is pork to choose from and some steaks. So I just asked the meat guy and he said he is expecting a delivery tomorrow, but they are not sure. I'm glad I'm not a big meat eater. So my bill came to $78.51, and I have to honestly say this is probably the most I've ever spent. And you can see, like, I don't have very much at all. So normally this probably would cost me $40 at the most, but since they have jacked up prices, unbelievably, my grocery bill for this is that much. Quickly show the mall is really, really quiet. Usually there's a lot of people shopping, and you can see that it looks like people are only out here for one reason, and that is for food. And you can already see people wearing masks. So people are starting to stay in. They're taking this pretty serious. I have to show you this. $84.9 for gas. It is the cheapest I've ever seen it. This is at Thorn Park and Overlea at the Esso. That is incredible. As you can see, they lowered the prices on gas, and I'm really happy about that because people do have to get out, you know. Here's a person right now, I'm not going to show you because he's a kid, but he has 1, 2, 3 things of water. Okay, so people are stocking up on stuff like that. It's just practical sense, you know. They're telling people not to go out, and you know, so why not stock up? So it's not really a panic, it's just basically because they're telling people to stay inside. And if you've all of a sudden got your kids now, the schools are closed and events are being, you know, shut down, and you know, no more outside, or restaurants are closing. I've seen a lot of places closed that are normally open today. They're closed, I don't know for how long. So people are basically stocking up on things. I got what I need. I'm not too worried about it. I have so much around me, and I have these in the car. I'm wiping everything down. You know, I took one in when I went to the grocery store and wiped everything, and then when I came back into the car, I wiped my hands, okay? I have a place that has sanitizer So I'll go and I'll look and see if they have sanitizer, and I'll pick some up, you know, just for my car. Like most of the time, it's just common sense. Like, you know, have a tissue to wipe your nose in your pocket. If you can't, you know, you always do this. It's common sense. Stay 6 feet away. As long as I got that Uber, I can always use my Uber. So basically, you know, we'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully the flu will not get too serious here. And I guess we have a long extended March break, and I'll be online, and if you want to chat and everything like that, always pick up the telephone. That's the best way. Can't get germs through the phone. Just gonna have to trust my word right now. So I started off in Shoppers Drug Mart, and yes, the shelves are empty of toilet paper, of Kleenex. I spoke to the manager. She said to me that they will be bringing it back in, and the prices will not go down. It will be $14.99. I don't know for how many rolls. And there was no Kleenex. There was no sanitizer. There was no, I got the last package of baby wipes that were small package for $5.99. They jacked the prices up, but I used those for my car and, you know, my purse. So I got that. Now, I do know a place that I can get it, and hand sanitizer and stuff like that. So the eggs were all gone. The milk was all gone in Shoppers Drug Mart. There is nothing there. The bread is dwindling. Lots of the snacks and cookies are dwindling there. There wasn't a lot of lineups or anything like that, so that was good. So my next stop was Food Basics, and my interview was a trucker. So what he does is he is a trucker, and he has to, at the end of his shift, they have to wipe down everything in their truck. So they have a special sanitizer where they wipe everything down and clean everything, he said, including the floors, including the steering wheel, everything like that. And his most concern was that he has to go into retirement homes and hospitals. So that was his concern. And then when I went into the aisles of Food Basic, what I noticed, there's no meat, absolutely no meat. So all of the pork, all of the chicken, all of the steaks were gone. I managed to grab a pack of steaks that I like. All of the pasta is gone. All of the sauce was gone. There was 2 jars of sauce on the counter, and the lady went and grabbed both of them. And I went, oh no. And she was so kind to give me one. So that was really nice. So water is plentiful there. There was no toilet paper, no paper towels. And for the cheapest brand of paper towels that you would probably normally pay $1.99 for, were $5.99 to $8.99. So they have jacked the prices up on a lot of the basic stuff, which is unfair in a way, but whatever. My food bill, what I bought in my groceries, came to $76, which would normally be half of that price. But I've got a lot of stuff in it. But what else can I say here? In speaking to some people who I just asked, like, what do you think about all of this? What are you here for? A lot of people just said, I'm just getting my everyday stuff, right? And I'm not too worried about it, right? We just have to use cautions, and I think that's really basically all we have to do, you know? I mean, toilet paper is going to be like the new 2020 statue here, right? When you just use common sense. Hoping to really give you visuals of the shelves, and just know, I guess they just don't want their name behind something that is totally out of stock, you know. But it would save a lot of people from driving to these places. So I was told while I was into various places that Loblaws is the same conditions as far as toilet papers and breads and meats, and you know, a lot of the soups are going, and beans and various things like that. I noticed that in Food Basics too. anything that had to do with beans and cans is almost gone. So there was Loblaws. Supercenter I didn't go to, but somebody told me that it's starting to, you know, deplete too. But as I talked to the managers, just basically said that stock is supposed to come in. And I said, well, you know, I've been hearing that the staff is grabbing the stuff first, and now he is putting strict orders on that people who do that will be fired, right? So, you know, that's totally unfair. And I said, yeah, but it was the managers who did it, right? So they've already put a ban on people trying to sell it online. I saw that in the news today because people are trying to like rack it up. I didn't see it, but some people are like literally trying to sell their stuff out of the back seat of their truck, and there's signs like toilet paper. Like, it's so crazy, folks. Like, this is really bad. But you know, everything is closing, and it's no different than when we have a snowstorm or a flood or something like that. We have to get basic sundries, and that's basically what we're looking at here. And since they're putting a time frame of 30 days on almost everything, that's a lot longer than a snowstorm or a flood that we've had to contend with. I think the longest time that I've ever had to be trapped in or not be able to get something, maybe 3 days at the most or something like that. And you know, most of the things that were running out then were batteries. So you also have to be wise about other things too, because you just don't know what other things could happen. If a lot of people are at home, hydro's going to go up, you know, people are going to use more usage and stuff like that. So, you know, just, you know, stay chilled, don't worry about it, and you know, it's just another day. I'm sure that you can use your common sense and figure things out. Oh, the other thing that was really gone too was flours. All the flours and all the oils for cooking. Nothing was there. I grabbed the last sunflower oil that I saw in Food Basics today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around midweek, just see if the stores are replenished, or just talk to my friends online, or if you tell me that, you know, you see, you know, the shelves being stocked up, keep a comment. Let's all keep posted, so you know, we can let people know in your area, just, you know, if you're in Mississauga or whatever area you're in, what's going down off the shelves and what they're not stocking up on. So maybe, you know, people can have an idea of not to go out, or if they see it somewhere else, you know, they will grab it. So this is a really crazy story. So I was talking to a police officer, and he was literally telling me how many reports are happening with people getting their cars broken into with groceries being stolen. It's like people are going here, and watching them, you know, maybe put their stuff in the back of the truck, and they're breaking into cars and stealing their stuff. Like, that's really crazy. And you know, there's already been a shooting in our city over something last night, he said, and it's really sad. People just are panicking and, you know, going into hysteria over these things. You know, he said actually even people who are, you know, talking online like I stocked up on toilet paper or whatever it is, he's saying don't do it, because it just might lead people to a panic and frenzy. It sounds like zombie land going on out there to break in. So I just like, just be careful. Don't go out shopping alone. Have somebody maybe sitting in your car, or, you know, if anyone comes up to you, just let them have it. Well, let's close off this by looking at some pretty flowers. And think of the brighter days. We've got spring coming around, we've got the hyacinths coming in. Beautiful orchids remind me of Thailand. I actually have treated myself to some flowers. Wasn't thinking there. And we got the roses and the tulips. So friends, don't worry about anything. Just be wise. Oh, look at blue roses. Be wise. Think of nice things. Until then, peace, love, light, and harmony. Stay safe, friends.